friends. Today's topic is epidemiology. First of all, I'll explain these three terms. First is endemic, then I'll be explaining epidemic and pandemic. Endemic is a type of disease which is the inherent characteristic of that particular area or population. For example, if in community water fluoridation levels are more than 1 ppm, then we will have dental fluorosis in all the patients of that population. Or if there is iodine deficiency in a particular population, we can have goiter. So at that particular population, there is an inherent characteristic and that disease is endemic. Almost all the members of the population are suffering from this disease. Second term is epidemic. Epidemic refers to basically a disease which occurs for a short period of time in a particular area or a population. So we always say that there is cholera which has spread or plague which has spread in that particular population at a given point of time in a short area or in a small population. And now the talk of the town is pandemic, which nowadays we are facing, that is COVID-19 and HIV. Then whenever a disease hits all over the world and it spreads across the continents, we call it as pandemic. Coming to the definition of epidemiology. If we split this word of epidemiology, we have three parts. One is epi, demio, which is derived from the word demos, and logi, which is derived from the word logos. Epi means upon or among, demos means people, and logos is study. So if we study a particular characteristic in a population or amongst people of a population, we call it as epidemiology. So John M. Last has given this definition: study of distribution and determinants of health related states and events in a specific population and application of this study to control health problems. Study is a tool to get scientific answers by collecting data from a particular population. Now let's understand epidemiology. We want to know that what is the frequency of a particular disease in a population or what pattern it is taking. So that study, and along with determinants means whatever are the causative factors or determinants of that particular event or health related state. The study of distribution and determinants of health related states and events is called epidemiology. Aims of epidemiology. Why do we need to do these studies? Why do we need to study certain characteristic of a particular population? There are mainly three aims. First is we want to know the size and distribution of the disease amongst that population. We want to know the etiological factors. And if we collect this data can be used for planning, implementation and evaluation of health services, leading to the prevention, control and treatment of disease. Basically, we want to study epidemiology to prevent, control and treat various diseases present in a population. This is the ultimate aim of epidemiology. There are different types of epidemiological studies, mainly two types: observational and interventional. Observational is when we just observe the data, we collect the data, we don't intervene in that particular population, we don't give any treatment, we don't change its lifestyle, any management we don't offer. We just observe the data, we just collect the data, whichever is present in that particular population is known as observational study. Interventional study is when we intervene in that population, like if that population is having diabetes, so we want to change the lifestyle, we educate them, we give them medicines, that becomes intervention. So interventional studies are experimental trials or experimental studies. Observational studies can be further divided into two topics: descriptive and analytical. In this video, I'll be discovering the descriptive type of epidemiological studies. Descriptive epidemiological study is basically the first step when very little is known about a particular disease in a population. We don't have any idea about that disease. Then we start with the descriptive epidemiology. This is the first step. There are various steps we take in this descriptive epidemiology. First, we have to formulate a research question that whatever we want to study in that particular population, what kind of disease, for example, if we want to study about cancer in that particular disease, or if we want to know that whether there are so many smokers, or we want to know the other etiological factors, we want to particularly study a population, then we have to formulate a research question first. That means we have to define the disease, whatever we want to study in that particular population. Second step is we have to specify the population, because we have read that it is in a specific population. So we have to specify the population. We have to study that whether this disease is related to various time periods, like at a particular time of the year it is prevalent, or at a particular geographic area it is present, like Kala Azar is mostly found in UP in our country and in African countries. So whether there is some personal distribution, like based on age groups or based on socioeconomic strata or based on gender, we want to study the disease, then we have to select that population. Then we have to measure the disease. When we measure the disease, we come to know about incidence and prevalence. Incidence is number of new cases in a population, and prevalence is total number of disease status. So basically, by the cross-sectional studies, we come to know about prevalence of the disease. And then we compare it with other populations or subgroup of the same population to identify the clues about etiology. That what are the factors? Can we relate this prevalence of disease, this amount of magnitude of disease, to some etiological factors? So based on all these data, we formulate the etiological hypothesis. Formulation of etiological hypothesis is the first step, because after that only we will analyze it. First we have to identify the etiological factors. If we collect data broadly from a population and we sort it out and we make tables, then we come to know that there are certain characters which are more prevalent in this particular population. For example, if we are looking for oral cancers, then we might see that people who are chewing more tobacco, they are having more cancers. So there is a etiological clue. So we come to know about the etiological clue of the disease. Thank you. That's all for today. If you have any queries, please put it in comment box. Good day.